Why now? Why was now the right time? I know you've been going through a heck of a personal journey, a professional journey, so many things going on in your life. A lot of people don't know this about you, Phil. Well, those who follow you probably do. And how did we get to this place where you were feeling like now was the right time?
Simply because that there was fucking unfinished business to take care of. Simple as that. You know, I'm gonna leave it at that. To be honest, I know I'm a man of many words, but I knew I had a job to do. It didn't get done, and job's not finished.
But but I'll be honest with you, that started in 2018, right? So you come to the 2018 Olympia, looking to tie the all-time record, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And of course, the unexpected happened. Sean Roden came in, ready to battle, and he beat you. And I'd have to imagine if you could kind of go back to that night in 2018 and you can think about it for a second. What are some of the things you might have done different?
I would have done absolutely nothing different. Absolutely nothing different. I felt like I trained like I normally should as a 7-time champ would. And I went into it with great intentions of, tying that record. Did not happen. And there's no excuses. The job just did not get completed. And it was unfortunate for me, but at the same time, I mean, I looked at it as a challenge for myself. And I made a couple, I did a few different interviews that some people may have seen that pertain to focusing on myself in a different way, not on a physique, but on just focusing more on the man himself, primarily because winning all those titles for consecutive years, life goes very, very fast. And, the journey was just boom. Like I turned pro in 2005. I had success all throughout. And, of course, winning a lot and then losing. But that loss got me here. And that's something that I'm actually thankful for. 2019 was great. I turned 40 years old that December. And I was at the, a week before that, I was at the Dubai Muscle Pro show. I made sure I took some time to reflect. I was sitting outside, jet lagged. I was with Hani Rambod, Hadi Chopin, and friends. And while they were talking in Farsi, I decided to pull my phone out. And I started writing down various thoughts and feelings. And those things were going into my 40th year of living. And I wanted to use that as and how I want to go back and win number 8. So here I am, very excited, and, let the games begin.
2018, now keep in mind, it's been now, by the time you get to the stage this year, it will have been 3 years since you won your 7th Mr. Olympia. It will be 2 years since you last competed by the time you get to the event this year. And by the way, you're relatively young compared to other champions who were at this part of their process, right? So the question becomes, what is it that the fans can anticipate seeing from this version of Phil Heath in contrast to what we saw the last time you took the stage?
They'll see a healed Phil Heath.
Yeah. And that's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, so healed Phil Heath. That's it. I think we all know what happens if I'm healed, right? I think everybody knows if I'm healed, what will happen.
Speaking of greatness, the Mount Rushmore of bodybuilding, if you will, includes Ronnie Coleman and Lee Haney. And they sit there side by side, and the two of them have been sort of all alone together for now 15 years. It's been 15 years since Ronnie won it for the 8th time. And you are going to try to join bodybuilding's most, hollowed ground, as they say. It is the rarest of air. It is the pinnacle of our sport, an 8-time Olympia champion. You need to win one more time to join that elite club. And I know, Phil, that's a number that you have known about for as long as you have stepped foot in a gym for the first time. It is the number in the sport of bodybuilding, 8-time champion. Talk about what that means to you as you begin a contest prep that, if successful, would put you in a place that few could ever dream of.
Well, the quick answer would be unreal. primarily because who gets into this sport saying, I'm going to be 8-time Mr. Olympia? That's like some kid saying, I'm going to be Michael Jordan and actually like have the skills to do it. When you talk about the two highest, man, they won 8 in a freaking row, man. That's something that I didn't do.
Right.
Another level. And I remember watching Ronnie. I was able to watch Ronnie win his 8th title, but I also got to hang out with him. And courtesy of Hani Rambo, shout out to the Pro Creator, but got to hang out with him after his after party and got to see like what it was like backstage, or not like at the after parties. Where do you go eat? What do you do? And I hung out with him till like 7:30 in the morning. I was like, hey, Ronnie, I'm getting ready to turn in. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm about to go do this photo shoot. I'm like, you're going to go do a photo shoot? It's like, yeah, I'll do a photo shoot, and then I go do the seminar. I'm like, this guy didn't sleep. But what was cool about this story is that I got a chance to see what an 8-time champion, what it was like in that arena. I got to see what it was like afterwards with his friends and his family. So it means a lot to me, you know, being able to chat with Ronnie. I've toured with Ronnie for years. He's obviously one of my favorites of all time. You know, Lee Haney has always been a great gentleman for me. He's given me great advice, great perspective. Who doesn't love Lee Haney? But at the end of the day, I mean, I would be honored to share that Mount Rushmore with those two guys. I mean, that's what I'm training for.
Sure. You know, I know you got to run in a minute, but real quick, I saw some of the most positive responses when this announcement came down the other day, came from some of the guys that you're going to be competing against. I saw, of course, you heard me tell the story of Brandon Curry earlier. You heard, you saw the response from Dexter Jackson, and you heard me, you saw the response from Flex Lewis. It seems like everybody is just real excited to talk about what it means to you to kind of get that sort of positivity from the folks that you're actually going to be going to battle with in December.
I think there's a camaraderie within bodybuilding, but I also believe that they're going to use me as motivation.
Sure. They
needed more motivation. It's as simple as that. They've all said it at some point, that Phil Heath coming back makes me train harder. Brandon Curry said that. A few other people have said that. I don't look at bodybuilding that way, but I know that's why they all are happy. So this is their way of saying, yeah, you know, he's coming back. There's a, you know, I'm sure there's some sentiment there of like, you know, camaraderie, like it's going to be great to share the stage with you and may the best man win and all that shit. But primarily, I'm not buying these tricks. I know it's probably because they're using me as their antagonist so that they stay on target, they stay diligent in their process.